check this out, boy. Check this out, baby. You locked in for another episode of Really Speaking the Podcast. And right now, man, we have a special guest in the tech field, something that I never had a chance to interview. Very interested in this brother, very intelligent, seems like intellectual. Got a lot of great conversation that we had off camera. Hopefully we can bring that on camera. Without further ado, AD, the Kingmaker.
What's going on, bro? I'm good. I'm good. I'm grateful to be here. I'm excited. Been wanting to make this happen.
Man, I appreciate you.
And yeah.
Man, shout out to Big Folks, man. He called me, told me he had somebody he wanted me to tap in with, and went through your page. It's crazy. I want to start off with, first of all, say congratulations. You're a married man. It's the first married man I ever talked to, y'all. That's great. And it's funny because you actually meet a statistic that I talk about every time.
Really?
What's your height?
5'4".
And your wife is how tall?
5'7".
5'7"?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah. It's like, so I want you to answer this because I never got a chance to ask somebody, but I see this a lot. Why do shorter men love taller women? What is the attraction today?
Well, here's the thing. Most women are taller than me. So I don't even consider my wife tall. But like, even back in the strip club days, I used to like the super talls. I don't know, man. It's just like, and here's the thing, they like the short guys too. They kind of get overwhelmed because there's so many that come after them.
So they like the short guys?
I think because they're insecure about their height. Like a really, really tall woman is very insecure about her height.
You know
what I'm saying? That's something and I just be like, look, girl, look, I climb trees. You look good. Don't worry about you. You fine. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's just the aesthetic of it, is the look, is the challenge. And then they be like, it's all the same when you laying down. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, it's something you said that was interesting, though. I didn't know that taller women was insecure about their height, though. That's something. How did you come to find that out?
I used to be in the strip clubs tough. Okay. And I would just walk up to him and say whatever the hell I want to say. I have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're rude to me, bitch, you lose out on money. I don't lose anything, right? Mm-hmm. And there's one at this club in Dallas, and like I would go in and she's gorgeous, but I'd be like, baby, your legs are never shaved. What's up, right? I'm keeping on her P's and Q's and all of that. And yeah, man, you just end up developing relationships, and they just know. Like, I had one chick, she was like, yeah, you don't need to be no taller. Your ego big enough. If you were taller, okay. It'd be terrible. You know what I'm saying?
So what I would say before we end it, I think there was like a certain demographic of tall women, obviously dancers, because I think it's some tall, confident women out here. I haven't met the ones that you said, but it's like you say, your experience is your experience. So give me a background on you and the tech and who you are as a person for the audience and people that follow me and watch me that don't know who you is.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Me why I'm interviewing you. Give me your background if you was to put your resume out.
Yeah, man. Easiest way to put it, man, I'm raised in Houston, from the South. Love my city. I'm in the DFW area now. There's two things that I do. One, I help men, primarily husbands, break into the tech world, right? I've been in tech now for over a decade. I've been able to make, $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year using one skill. And it is the simplest skill that I know of, right? And it started out, my coaching company started off with just me showing friends and family like what I do and trying to like help get them into the field, right? Okay. I had this one guy named Joe who super low confidence. He didn't think he could do it. I didn't think he could do it. He broke into the field, started making $90,000, no degree, no background, no nothing. I was like, okay, this is big shit. I got to take this to Instagram. I hired a marketing coach. And so that's kind of how I got my start, right? And at the same time, when I was making that $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, I'm working from home. I'm working less than 20 hours a week. So I've got all this time and this money on my hands, right? Because a lot of people will have time, but no money. So they broke. Or other people will have money, but no time. So it's like, you don't even get to enjoy yourself. And one of my things is, if it ain't fun, it ain't for me. I'm not about to work myself to death. I'm going to work and I'm going to have fun. And I'm going to work and I'm going to have fun. And if I'm working, I should be having fun too. That's how I look at it, right? And so I tell men, when you get with a woman, I've been with my wife now. We've been married now 5 years, but been together on and off for 13 because we have a 13-year-old, right? Okay. And so I tell men, when you get in a monogamous relationship with a woman, especially at a young age, what you do is you stunt your development. You don't get to learn women anymore. You're learning that woman. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so we've been together since 19, on and off. And I got this money now. We're married. And I can tell you how we got married. That was a crazy little story. Because it wasn't until 10 years in. But I found all this time. I had all this time on my hands. I was like, you know what, bro? I'm about to start dabbling in hobbies. I'm finna start playing tennis. I'm finna learn how to play the piano. Just shit I've always wanted to learn how to do. I just didn't take it. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm interested in dabbling in some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what happened. Although when I got married, I was like, yeah, I'm a one-woman man. This is all I need. And then shit started to change. I started to make more money. And I started feeling myself a bit more. Although I've always had a big-ass ego, right? And I basically found out, like, bro, I was a duck. I'm out here, you know, racked up and ready, unknowingly willing to be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And I had a good friend. He and his wife date women together. So for like 2 years, I was just working with him. I'm doing software services for him, and I'm learning everything that he has, right? And I learned a lot of good game from that guy. And one of the things he told me, he was like, bro, like you are you are driven by sex and women because you've been with one woman for this entire time. You need to get out there, go hit the strip club hard for 1 year to 2 years so you can interact with beautiful women and see these bitches for who they are. Right? Because men tend to think...
Wait. He told you the only place to find beautiful women was at a strip club?
No. He said, like... Because I was focused on, like, baddies, right? Like, tens and dots.
There's way more baddies everywhere else, though. Like, that's the only place?
I guess I was already going to the strip club, too. So he was kind of saying, like, hey, do what you're doing. Like, do it. Commit to what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
For so 2 years.
Follow your
like,
flesh.
You already know you're going to do. Okay, do it. He says, I recommend all young men go to the strip club, interact with these really, really attractive women. Do it for 2 years. And how you see women and what you think about them is going to change after that 2 year stint is done.
Shout out to bro. I know all the P's love him, man.
You know what I'm saying?
2 year run in your pockets.
And shit. I'm like, bro, it changed. It really did. Yeah. It let me know, okay, these bitches, they are not good people. Okay. I tend to find out the better looking a woman is, the worse of a person is, the worse her character is, because you grow up, or they grow up and they, you know, they're pretty, and men tend to just give them things and throw things at their feet just because so it's like, if you don't ever have to develop good character to get things that you want, why would you? It ain't even your fault. It's not your fault. It's the way that we raise them in America. Now, if we're talking about like in the Eastern world, they have them cover up. So it's a little different. In order to get a peak, you got to commit to that woman, right? But the flesh is just out here and is being shown, is being bare. And so I wrap it up saying this. I've had every kind of relationship you can have with a woman besides a sugar mama. I don't think that would work because she's not going to tell me what to do, right? But I've had the sugar babies. I've done the escort. I've done all of that. And what I've come to at the end is like, bro, you got to put you first. You got to get out here and you got to fuck with, you got to love you. Because if you don't love you, that woman can't love you. If you don't respect you, that woman can't respect you. If you don't accept you, that woman can't respect you and you can't lead her. You know what I'm saying? And so in my head, I'm playing the game on hard. Now, I am married, been married. Me and my wife are on the same page about this. If this don't work, quote unquote, I'm not getting remarried. I would never do this shit again. I would never. I have a mentor who says marriage is for poor people and young people, right? And that's exactly what I was. I was poor and I was young, right? However, like, I'm playing it on hard because most niggas will get this money, they'll get married, and then they'll be like, oh man, I'm scared to lose half. I let a bitch go. My mental peace, my fortitude, my solitude, I'm so sorry. I will let you go and let you deal with the pain of losing me. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So when these niggas are out here single and they have children with women or they're not married yet, I'm like, bro, let her go. That is not what's best. It's not what's best for you to be with a woman who talks to you and treats you that way. That's not what it is. And so that's when I started the masculinity coaching, because I've got a lot of guys who are 6, 7, and 8 figure earners, and they want families, right? They want to be loved. They want relationships with women, but they're afraid of being taken advantage of. They're afraid of having their time wasted, their money wasted. I think there's a restaurant in Dubai I saw recently where it's a whole finesse, bro. Like, the restaurants will have ladies book dates with men, right? And it's not a cheap restaurant. And if the guy spends so much, the woman gets a commission. These niggas are being taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? And so how do you protect yourself? Like, that's what it is that I teach men. Like, we're not red pill. We're not fuck these hoes. We're not black pill. We're not we're not none of that.
So, okay. So I get you in a nutshell, right? But I'm thinking from a lot of different standpoints, right? About men afraid to get burnt, right? So I tell people all the time, never be a bad bitch first bad bitch. Like, if you your first time experiencing a beautiful woman is when you come into money. Most likely you're going to subscribe and succumb to a lot of different things. Like some people was upset about my take on Zion when Zion got the porno star pregnant. But you got to think about it. These women are literally in these industries to get after these young men that come into money later on in life and never had, like, cause think about it. Men only have access to what they can. Women can have access to anything they want. Like, so at the end of the day, when you younger and you ain't got no money and you poor in the ghetto, you're going to have to settle for Felicia. You're going to have to settle for Keisha. So men did a lot of settle. So when people come into money, it's hard to tell somebody to watch out for a Brittany Winner. It's hard to tell somebody to watch out for somebody like that because I never had this. So the best teacher in life is experience.
Absolutely.
So you got to go get some experience dealing with something. So at the end of the day, how much it's going to cost you? They say the cheapest hoe you ever have is your wife. So, hey, man, listen.
Okay.
Hey, I reckon this. Like, the coaching is cool, but they got to want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some people will say it, but you got to actually want it. Because I can come to you, pay you for your course, and really take the information, but then don't really know how to go out there and walk it. So it's kind of funny that the guy told y'all to go to the script club to get the real experience. That's funny.
Yeah.
Question. You feel like you got a small guy complex?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe it?
I believe if I did, I will say there is a thing. My wife was saying, she was like, yeah, there's something, because she like Goldie too. And she was like, there's something about y'all short. Y'all got all that ambition packed inside of there. She funny as hell.
Yeah, because I was watching it. Your wife said, she said you got an ego. She said, you very, boisterous, straightforward. But I look at it like, I kind of always mix that in with people who, the littlest guy in the room got the biggest chest in the room. It's not the size of the dog, it's the size of the fighting the dog, all that cliche shit. But you notice that when you shorter, it just make you feel like you got way more to prove to people. Like,
I can see that.
Like people don't take you serious as enough as they should. Like I could be the biggest pussy in this room, but I'm bigger than everybody. So they're going to assume I'm the tough guy and you're not. And it's only based on one thing, and that's the size differential. Yeah. And that's really a disservice. That's why a lot of people get caught slipping, fucking with people and picking on people.
I believe it.
Pick on the wrong motherfuckers, just be your day. So it's like, I ask that because sometimes you have to wear that, knowing that that's the only thing making you not respect me. That's the only thing making you feel like you can even talk to me this kind of way because I'm short. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I ask that, because I know it's like it's a deep dynamic psychological that with shorter people where they have to have that extra
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the reason why
I don't here's the thing, bro. I think that you bring about what you think about. I don't deal with disrespect.
Hold on, say that again.
You bring about what you think about. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
So the power's in the tongue, so you speak it.
You like what you focus on. Okay. Right? If I'm focused on people disrespecting me, I'ma see it. You ever buy a car or rent a car?
Bring about what you think about.
You ever buy a car or rent a car and then you see that car everywhere, right? It's been everywhere. Your brain is now focused on it, right? I tell people I don't have no enemies. And it's not possible for a nigga not to like me. I don't know you. I don't fuck with nobody. So like if you don't like me, bro, you really don't like yourself. That's how I look at it. Imagine, I love Andrew Tate, right? Imagine Andrew Tate has a video where he's like, you deserve to be, poor. You deserve to be upset when you see me riding in this whip with all these bitches on my yacht. You deserve to, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a winner and you're not. I look at that message and I'm like, bro, he's talking this shit. He's inspiring me. I like that. Another nigga might look at that and say, man, fuck him. I don't like how I feel when I listen to him. What's the difference? The message is the same. The difference is I like me. I want to feel how he feels. Yeah. You don't like how you feel when you hear him say that. It's how you view and perceive yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with him.
It's basically when somebody's secure in themselves, and it's all about perception and interpretation. Because when you interpret, okay, what I did learn, 10 million people can watch the same video of an unarmed black man getting killed, and they all interpreted it different ways. We can name multiple videos we have seen where you have watched people say, he shouldn't have did that. This person was wrong. We like, what are you seeing? But that's come from selective vision too. People selective hear and they selective see. Yeah. They hear what they want to hear and they see what they want to see. Yep. So if I'm not secure in myself and somebody coming around, they got money, they got cars, my insecurities is gonna bother. It's gonna be I'm gonna be frustrated because I'm already measuring my life. I think that's people's problem.
Exactly.
Some people confuse success with progress. A lot of people just progressing and like they're not even successful. And you, especially us as Black people, we always look at it like your success is my failure. No, that's false. Your success should be my motivation to show that I can do it too.
Yeah.
You got the same 24 hours in a day as LeBron and you chose to be nobody. That's not my problem.
I look at it like, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
If I see a guy winning, like true story, I got a good friend, good mentor. I was reading this book. It's my favorite book all time. It's called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And he says, whenever you see somebody who has something that you want, you go up to that person and you bless them, right? You say, hey, thank you for providing an example of success. So I do that when I see men who have things that I want. I'm like, bro, this is a beautiful car. I used to want an Audi R8 Spider, right? And I was standing outside of a Starbucks just to wait to see who walked out, right? It was a tall white guy. Okay. I think his name is Daniel. And I walked up to him like, hey, bro, this is your car. Thank you for, creating an example of success. I love this car. And he was like, bro, I'm back and forth between Dallas and Austin all the time. Next time you see me, come let me know. You can rent it, you can have it, you can drive it, like all because I complimented this man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I see it. If I see success and I have access to you, you goddamn straight, I'm gonna walk up to you and say, hey bro, how did you do this? Like what tips can you give me? You know what I'm saying? And what that does is it makes them feel good. Everybody wants to be complimented, everybody wants to be looked up to, right? So by making this person feel good, they're willing to give me information that they probably have to go through 20 years of experience. That's the easy game.
You know what I learned though along the way? You do have your selective few brothers in life that want to see you win. But 90% of the time, the woman is the most realist supporter. Like, I see a lot of people, like, when I see Wallow, right? And his assistant, she a woman. The publicist, she a woman. And I asked him one day, I'm going to ask him one day when I talk to him, and I bet you're going to give me the answer I already know. Like, why did you choose women to be a part of your team? To help elevate you, because women allow men to lead. Other men wants to be the leader. They want to be provider. But when you have somebody like you that can walk up to somebody that's doing great, that's courage. Because some people like, man, I ain't asking dude shit. Fuck dude. But the truth is, you never know. He could have been on the verge of like giving up on what he was doing, and you inspired him to keep going. That's why I say it's always way good to check on your strong people. It's good to speak to people that's doing great and let them know like, hey, I like what you're doing, because he could be contemplating something else that day, but your encouragement kept him going, and you didn't even know.
Exactly.
So I like that. I just, like you said, it all comes to the security man. So I got a question for you. What's your take on household things, bills? Who pays what? How does it work? Yours is hers, mine is mine, ours is ours. What's your take on this whole thing? I'm just interested in how you view that.
I like what Kevin Samuels was saying. He said, if you're with a woman, everything that she owns should be under your dominion. Right? So if it's yours, it's mine. It ain't no his money, her. It's all, ain't no way I'm out here busting my ass making these moves. Any dollar she earns is my dollar too. Period.
And that's how you run your household.
You goddamn right.
Okay.
Because here's the thing:
so how the bills get split?
It's all one big ass pot. It don't matter. So how we do it is, she's got her income. We got a joint account, and then we also have private accounts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, most of the money goes there. You get your allowance.
So where do the bill money come out of? Which account?
The big
come
one.
out? The big one,
yep.
Which is the joint account.
Yep.
Okay.
But here's the thing, bro. It's like, if a woman is not giving all of her, if she's not giving you access to all of her money, that means she does not like you or she does not trust you.
Whoo!
That's just what it is.
Hey man, say that again, man. If the woman don't like you, she what?
She is not. If she does not give you access to all of her money, it means she don't like you, and it means she don't trust you. Let me give you an example.
Now, some people look at that as, some pandering and some pimping.
Pandering to who?
Like, they think it's some pimping and pandering.
No. This is simple. Let me tell you.
Like, who you is my daddy? Like, you know how the women gonna be. I know how they gonna be. Like, I ain't giving no nigga all my money. I don't mean I give you something, but I ain't giving you everything.
I'm just being practical. I'm looking at it, and I've been learning a lot about the ism. Okay, like, let me tell you, I'm loving that shit. So
you feel like if a woman likes you, you got access to everything.
Think about it. Let's say there's a woman. Have you seen that Joe Budden clip where old boy was a light skinned dude and a white woman, and he was like, yeah, we're married, and you know what I'm saying, she has money, and if I need access to it, I can get it. And she was just like, that's for my kids. You ever seen that clip? Okay.
So I'm familiar with that concept. That concept been around for a while.
So if my woman has money and I have my money over here, right? Here's the other thing. Women are selfish. Okay, they're the most selfish things on this planet. When I say selfish, I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean they know what they want and they're willing to ask you for it. That's what I mean. They put themselves in what they want here and they're willing to ask you to give them what they want. And they do this repetitively, right? And men, on the other hand, they almost self-sabotage. They're too giving. They're too generous, right? Because they think they're supposed to provide and fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. If your woman has her money over here and your money's over here and you're like asking for it and she don't want to give you none, okay? That's one scenario. If she ran into Jeff Bezos and had the opportunity to date him, he has more money than her. She's selfish. She's going to want access to that money, right? So she's going to say, hey, Jeff, baby, I was just thinking it kind of makes sense that, you put me on that account just in case if anything happens. She's willing to share all of what she has, which is fucking nothing compared to what he has.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So because that's in her best interest. So if she's not willing to give you her money, she don't believe it's in her best interest to give you her money. Okay. Because she don't trust your leadership.
So I got a question for you. So, grandma and them used to tell the women, you got to have some money put up that he don't know about. So do you blame it on upbringing and teaching? Because wait, for you to say anything, the reason I say that because we all collectively as a society of people, we've been programmed a certain way.
Yep.
As you get older, you realize some of the programs and ideologies and things you came up under wasn't correct. So you got to deprogram and reprogram yourself.
Yeah.
Right now, women are being programmed at a high volume. Think about it. 9 out of 10 men are doing what you say they shouldn't be doing. You that 1 out of 10. So she going to look at you like, I could pass you up all day. So really some of that accountability come back to men. Because
for sure.
Because if men wasn't as generous, wasn't as kind and giving to these women, as you say, are selfish.
Yeah.
Then the problem wouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
Because I learned people only gonna do what you allow.
Yep.
What you don't change, you choosing. So you ain't changed this shit, you choosing it. So yeah, you choosing this bitch to play you and take your money and not let you get her. So,
they don't know no better though. These men don't know no better.
But where do it come? What's the solution? Because to me, a problem is never a problem.
Yeah.
It's the lack of solutions to the problem. So what's the solution you can think that you just need to get started like an anthem, like a song? Like what's the main solution right now?
Self-love, self-respect, self-awareness, gratitude. Right.
So people need to love themselves, respect themselves.
Men specifically, right? I'll tell you.
Wait. So are you saying that if a nigga give a woman some money and let her not bring her all to the table, he don't love himself?
I'm saying that the downside that I found myself in, right, when I had a sugar baby that left, I was hurt. Boy, I was hurt, right? Crying and everything. Boy, I was hurt. The problem that how did I get there? How did I get there? Right? It's because I made her more important to me than I was to my damn self. So I'm not saying don't love her. I'm saying love you more. I'm saying do what's best for you, not what's best for her. Here's how I look at it, bro. If my confidence, let me, I can take this so many different ways. If my confidence is a 2 out of 10, right?
Okay.
My wife gets a husband whose confidence is a 2 out of 10. My son gets a father whose confidence is a 2 out of 10. If I invest in me and I get my confidence to an 8, she now gets to be married to a man whose confidence is an 8 out of 10. Make sense?
Yeah.
So what's good for me is good for them. Period. As long as I love me and put me first, everybody else wins by proximity. However, if I am giving in to her demands, damn well knowing I should be saying no, but I'm scared to lose her and I'm scared for her to leave, I'm going to just say yes. I'm going to let her walk all over me. I'm going to end up losing respect. And then now she's leaving.
Question. So if you, your wife, and y'all got a daughter together, right? If you and your daughter and your wife was happening to be stranded in the middle of the jungle, right? And it was one slice of bread left.
I'm eating it.
Who gets the slice of bread?
I'm eating it.
You eating it?
Yeah, goddamn right. Why? Because who gonna go find the next slice of bread? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that.
I'm gonna need the energy. What you gonna do?
So the women gonna be like, I'm giving it to my daughter.
I don't care. So
you're giving it to you, and why? Because you're going to find the next slice of bread.
I'm going to need the energy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Bro, think about it. If you got army, I got army. If you got 2,000 people.
You answered it right, though.
Yeah, like if I take you out, your whole heart is gone. So if I'm the head of my household, if I'm the leader, nigga, I need to lead.
So regardless of how it works, when your wife cook at night, you get your plate first, not your daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I work a lot, so she bring my shit to me. But you goddamn right, I get the big piece of chicken. Yeah. I'm the most important person in the house.
Oh, man. Hey, whoo, they finna be good. Oh,
that's okay.
I can hear it now. Hey, I like that though, man. So with that being said, you come from Houston, right? So Houston, Texas, Dallas area. So you from some of that culture, like you already know, like, and it's crazy because I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, it was a question that I wanted to ask you in regards to that because we was on the subject of that. Mm-hmm. Damn. Dog, you just blew me because nobody never answered that question right. I swear to God, bro. I asked that question to like 15 different dudes. They all just, I'm giving it to my daughter, like out the gate, like not knowing like what she can't go out there and hunt.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how a lot of fathers, I'm gonna say black fathers, I don't talk to a lot of white guys, but a lot of black fathers, I think they're fucking their daughters up, right? Because they're not teaching them to be team players. I have a good friend, really, really good friend since high school. One of my only friends since high school that I'm still in touch with. And I'm like, all right, bro, you got X amount of daughters. Like, if they get pregnant or like, what are your plans for them as they get older? And he's like, well, if they got pregnant, it don't matter what the dude's doing. I got them. Right. And in my head, it's like, but my nigga, you're going to die one day. You got to, in my head, my job is to teach my daughter how to spot, attract, and retain the best man that she can possibly get. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if you teach her to be strong and independent and not need no man, that's cool. That's one route. But I really do not believe that a woman is capable of being the best version of herself by herself. She needs to be able to fall under a man's leadership and covering. Most of these women, bro, I love going on dates and telling the bitch what she's doing wrong in real time. I will tell her. You will probably never see me again. But why? Because you were rude. You didn't say thank you when the food. Bro, it's crazy. And so you can tell they've never had feedback from a man. You can tell that they've never been broken up with. You can tell that no man has ever said, bitch, this is not going to work. I wish I would spend another minute with you. Like that, but that's just how it is. And so I'm going to tell my daughter this. Look, you need to go out here and find you a man. Matter of fact, fuck that. I find him for you. He's already going to have a roster. Okay? Don't be demanding. Go add value to that man. You want to go and make yourself indispensable to where this man is like, you know what? Damn, I can't get rid of her. Because if I do, who's going to do X, Y, and Z? A lot of these hoes are passenger princesses. They just want to ride along. They don't want to do nothing. They want a soft life. Nah, I also tell my wife this. I don't care what you want. I care about what you earn. Period. A lot of these hoes just want. But wanting is free. Giving is expensive. So you're going to have to earn it or you ain't getting a damn thing.
So let me ask you this. Would you want your daughter to date a man like you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go get the best man you can.
Okay.
Because you can have no man.
Okay.
You can have a man who has just you. Or you can be with a man who has multiple. If that's all you do, if I say there's 3 guys, one standing behind the curtain, he ain't got no bitches. The other guy, he's got one. Another one, he's got multiple. Which of those men do you think is most stand-up? Which one would you most rather do business with? Just based on that data alone. That's all you know. Why do you not pick 0? Because don't nobody want a motherfucker that don't nobody want. They be wanting a man, they want a tall, dark, handsome, rich guy with 6 figures and a 6-pack and all that. And they'd be like, okay, but I don't want to share him. But baby, other women want him. Right. So you want a nigga that don't nobody want. I want a man to myself. Okay, go get a nigga that don't nobody else want. You will have him to yourself. But guess what? If he comes up and he starts winning, now other bitches gonna want him. So whether you get with a guy and you build him and you know what I'm saying, or you get with a guy who's already built, there will be other women in the picture. Period. That's just what it is. Your best bet is to go and become what I call a good girl. You know what I'm saying? And a good girl does 3 things. Right? Shout out to the good girl gang. They are sexual. Because a man understands, baby, if you're not willing to give me your body, you don't like me. I don't care what you say. You're not willing to give me your body. You don't like me. It ain't even about, here's the thing. It ain't even about fucking. It's about being willing to fuck me. You got to be willing. And if you're not, you don't like me.
I just got to have access to the pussy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to make it hard. The second thing she got to do after being sexual is she has to make herself useful. useful. One of my homie, he's vegan, his wife is vegan, and she be acting up, and I'm like, well, what you gonna do? And he's like, well, if I lose her, who gonna cook all this good ass vegan food for me? She's useful. A nigga will allow you to be disrespectful here and there if you're useful enough, which is not a good thing. He shouldn't, but that's just the truth of the matter, right?
Okay.
And the third thing is she's got to be respectful. She needs to be respectful, period. Because it don't matter how useful you are, no matter how sexual you are. If you're not respectful, my dick not gonna work. Period. Right? If you're disrespectful. And so what I teach women and I teach my wife, it's like, look, baby, there's no wrong emotion. You can be angry, you can be sad, there's no wrong emotion, but there are wrong behaviors. There are absolutely behaviors that are not going to be tolerated. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Right. And it's just a matter of how do you teach her how to communicate in a way to where, like, if she's angry, she don't puff, she don't shout, she just says, hey, daddy, I'm angry. Can you help me? I don't want to feel like this. I want to can you help me get back to a loving state? Absolutely.
So let me ask you this real quick. Your wife father in her life?
Yes.
The reason I say that because I'm listening to you, right? I would guarantee you about 90% of women that grew up without their fathers, they wouldn't fuck with you.
And that's their loss.
Listen, hear me out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let me finish.
I agree.
They can't because women who tend to grow up with fathers, they have an understanding what checking in is like. Mm-hmm. Calling your mama, making sure you made it here, doing this, like following the lead of the man. When the man tells the daughter, hey, you going out, make sure you call your mama, let her know you made it, make sure. So they good at authority at a young age from a father figure. Women who grew up without a father figure, they don't really respect authority, and it's so hard for them to respect authority or any man. So you is not a likable candidate for women who don't have a father because they don't have that structure. So that's why I asked you, did your wife have her father? Because I was kind of almost 100% certain that she actually had a father in her life. So to know what some type of male authority figure, like when you're dealing with women who don't got a father, boss, they ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
I hear you.
A lot of women are struggling from daddy issues, father figure type niggas. That's why people be wondering why 18 and 19-year-olds be with 40-year-old men, because they're not looking to fuck with nobody their age. 90% of them girls grew up without their father. So yeah, I'm listening to you and I'm laughing because I'm thinking that's really what it is.
That's like, straight up.
Like women, most of your cabats gonna be with a lot of women that didn't grow up without their father.
Mostly black women.
I mean, the same thing with Goldie too. A lot of women that don't like Goldie content probably in the same boat. They ain't grow up without a father. When you don't grow up without a father, you ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Same thing with men. When you grow up without your father, you don't really know how to love a woman properly. All you ever seen was niggas coming in and out your mama room, smacking her, knocking her down. So it's like, that's why we ain't got respect for women like we should. Because the woman who raises didn't show us what respect look like. So all that shit is psychological.
You know what I think, man? I don't think women want respect. I don't think they do. I don't think they want respect.
Hey, man.
I don't think they do. Hear me out.
Do you know what the fuck you saying, bro?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Listen, hear me out.
Is you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Let me hear you out. So, when men and women say respect, we mean two totally different things. We don't mean the same thing.
Man, what the fuck?
We don't mean the same thing.
I can't agree with you on that.
Think about it. When you were in the bedroom,
bro,
are you doing respectful things to that woman?
That's so different, though.
So what I'm saying is, do you think about sex and respect in the same?
I'm supposed to respect you during sex.
No. That's not. It's not about supposed to.
I get what you're saying, right? So look, I follow you, but who was that? Was it Shaka Khan? Who made that song? R-E-S-P-C-T. Was that Shaka Band? They've been respect for damn near 4 or 5 decades.
You know what they really want?
But in sex, the woman have to ask for that. You got to know that she wants you to choke her, spit in her mouth, and disrespect her. Some women love that. Some women hate that.
Here's the thing, though.
So you got to know.
I don't care what she wants. No, if you want me, then you want what I want to do. Period. Period. Listen. Check it out. They don't want respect, bro. They want consideration. They want you to consider them, which is totally different than respecting them. This is a man-to-man. I respect you because you're respecting me and vice versa, right? And you've been doing this podcast and shit for a while, so like I hold you in high regard, right? So to respect someone is like to look up to them almost. They don't want you to look up to them. That's not what they want. They want you to consider their thoughts in their feelings. They say respect, they mean consideration. When I say respect and we say respect, we mean something totally fucking different. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And what you're doing, men we don't consider respect and sex. I can't respect you and fuck you. Like that those two concepts don't go together. Because when we get in this room, baby, I'm about to do all kind of disrespectful things.
This nigga is crazy, dog. Bro. Oh my fucking God. This nigga said,
and you're saying some women like this? No, I'm telling you, they all like to be tied up. They all like to be spanked. They all like that shit. You just gotta be the one she wanna do it with. And you know who like it the most? The strong, independent ones who ain't had their daddy around. Because they're working, they're making things happen, they're making decisions all goddamn day. They want a guy to come in and be like, hey, shut up, lay down. They want to be out of control.
You saying women are just all closet swinger freaks and shit. Like they want.
I'm saying they all. The more control she has over her life and decision making day to day, the more turned on she is by being out of control. That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Because they don't want to make all their own decisions.
Hey, that do remind me of some shit though. Like when I was younger, dog. Sometimes. Like, yes mean no, stop mean go. That shit used to be weird to me.
That's why you don't... Like, I tell men, stop talking to them. Like, it don't matter what they say. It don't matter what they want.
Tell you to stop and you stop. She like, why you stop? Bitch, you just said stop.
Because you let her lead the interaction. Do what you want to do.
I'm scared of that.
Just do what you want to do.
That's the reason why these niggas locked up. I'm scared of that. They ain't finna me too me. Talk about.
But here's the thing: if a bitch really likes you, is she gonna me too you? If she believes, let me take a step back.
But it's still
if
dangerous.
She believes you are the best that she can do, that's the only bitch I feel like you should be fucking with. Is the woman who believes that you are the best that she can do. Because ain't no problems in. Ain't no problems, bitch. If you think you can do better, go. Go.
Dog. Hey, this nigga dropping some ism. I can't agree with that. Listen.
Has a woman ever left you and you feel like she did better and she leveled up?
Absolutely not.
Okay then. So you looking at her like this, you stupid.
But my concept is different. Once you fuck up, bitch, you can't do nothing but fuck down. That's my concept. You fucked up already. You can't do nothing but fuck down. I'm the best you could have got. So you ain't gonna do nothing but go down.
Exactly.
So I don't give a fuck how much money you got, whatever you got. I was the best for you because I really considered you. I really fucked with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we gonna keep it real, like, I love a woman so much that in the process of trying to fix her, I broke me. You know what I'm saying?
You made her more important to you than you were to yourself.
The love was real because I'm one of them niggas that when you do something for me that I never really had done for me.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'd have been in and out of prison since 1999. I ain't never had a motherfucker do 6 months with me. She come over here and do the whole 42-month bid with me. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So now I'm holding on to that. Just like you said, motherfucker tolerate the disrespect and do whatever.
Yep.
So when you hold on to something somebody do for you, they can ride that out too. So in this situation, like I say, I'm trying to fix her, but in the process, I broke me. So now I had to take a break from women in general and just fuck with them what I want to fuck to really focus on me because at the end of the day, if I don't, I'm going to make every bitch that come in my path pay for everything she done. And that's a disservice and that's disfair to her. So as a man, I'm like, you know what? Let me just go work on me, get back in my bag, focus on what I need to do for me, and then, you know, fuck with a motherfucker on my time and be very transparent. Like,
absolutely.
I'm a super honest nigga. Like, nah.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, I get it.
And just you being an honest person, an honest man, bro, that's rare.
A lot of them like it. A lot of them hate it, though.
It
the
don't
same
matter.
shit they like before, they hate before.
They
like that I keep it real. They hate that I keep it real. They like that I tell the truth. They hate that I tell the truth.
I think you give too much credence and too much. I think you listen to them too much, bro.
I mean, you got to kind of hear what people saying that so-called matter.
Let me tell you.
Think about it. Your wife matter. Your daughter opinion matter. Certain people opinion matter to you. You going to listen to it. You going to take something out of it. It's like a sponge. You're going to squeeze out of it what I'm saying. I ain't talking about no naysayers.
How she feels, what she says, and how she feels. Perfect example. When the sugar baby was around, right? She came to the house, spent the night a couple times, right? With me, her, and the wife. My wife didn't like her. To this day, don't really like her, right? Yeah. But as soon as she left, guess what she said? Oh, I feel bad for her. Bitch, you were a terrible host the whole time. Now you feel sad. So how she feels in any given moment about anything is how she feels in that moment.
That's because women are territorial, though.
Well, no, what I'm saying is it doesn't really matter how you feel right now. Because in 20 minutes, you're gonna feel different. So why do I need to sit here and listen to how you feel about everything in any given moment?
Oh yeah, we ain't talking about catering to her emotions.
No, I'm talking about caring how you feel, period. Like you're saying,
so you don't care how she feel, period.
Not in one moment.
This nigga
not in any one moment. Not in any one moment. Like, because I used to be the kind of guy where it's like, all right, she upset. I don't like it. Let me do something. Let me take her out to eat. Let me whatever, right? But when you do that, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I feel so uncomfortable with your emotions that I need to do something and change it. Now it's like...
And you saying that's not right?
No, it's not optimal. It's not optimal.
Like, I'm break that down. It's a big word for me.
So optimal means just the best that you can do. I'm all about effortless relationships. If I got to put effort into it, we don't need to be together.
It's Goldie Jr. This motherfucker.
If I gotta put effort into it, we don't need to be together. Bro, real shit. I'm listening to this one couple on Instagram. I don't have the handle or I would say it. And she's beautiful. She's at least 7, 8, and she's engaged or she's married to a guy. And she's talking on this podcast about how they were like in an apartment or a home without electricity or running water. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, man, we were shitting in bags together. You know how much a bitch gotta like you to shit in bags with you and to live in an apartment, no water? Do you see what I'm saying? Like that, she sees that man in high regard. She not giving him no problems, right? She not bringing a bunch of emotions to she not bringing a bunch of small shit to him for him to solve. Like how you feel is how you feel. Go talk to your mom about it. That's what other women are for. That's what the community is for. I'm not meant to sit here and listen to all your feelings. I'm not built for that. That's not what men are built for. Now, if my wife comes to me and she's like, hey, I have this emotion and I don't really understand it. Can you help me move through it? Yeah. But for you to just sit here and dump that shit on me as if I'm supposed to care, I'm not doing that. I refuse.
Okay.
Because it takes a lot of energy for me to stay at a high vibrational frequency. Why am I gonna let you bring that shit to me and bring me down? Okay. Go journal. Go watch a movie. Go eat some ice cream. Go do something. Go play with the dogs.
Okay. Question. I'm gonna name a couple of people, and you just tell me off the top of your head what you think about them.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sexy Red.
Hey, let me tell you, I love these hoes. I can't lie. I think Sexy Red is I like her music. I would like to meet her once. She seems cool. She's over the fucking top with the names for her. But at the same time, bro, I like how authentic she is. Like, I think that she's the kind of person where, like, you what you see is what you get. You don't have to guess. I like the kind of people I don't have to guess.
So you'll let her daughter listen? You let your daughter listen to her music?
I will let her, yes. Yep. Okay. And at the same time, I'd be like, hey, this is hoe shit. This is music. Don't you go out here trying to live like this, because then you're gonna end up with the life of a hoe, and I'm gonna let you fail. Now we listened to this, we had fun to this, but this is not how you're gonna move and behave. This is for entertainment only.
Okay.
And I listen to this shit, so I'm not gonna keep her from listening to some shit I listen to.
Okay, Brittany Renner.
She bad. She's bad for sure. And I can see how she trapping nigga. Like, I could see if I was this PJ Washington, she probably would have got me too, right? Before I knew what I know now. And I mean, that's it. I ain't really got nothing else to say about her. I would probably stay away from her if I were. I would stay away from her.
Shout out to Kevin Gates, boss. Yeah. Hey, Gorilla.
I like her too. She's pretty transparent. A caveat to everything I'm saying, I think all women, most women, 98% of them are 6s, 5s and 6s at best. You take all that makeup off and shit, like, they're not that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, for real?
All of them.
Ain't no natural beauties. 5, 6.
I'm saying, I have a friend who says, look, there's no such thing as a 10.
Do you remember the 90s though?
Oh, some beautiful. Oh,
do you remember Nia Long?
Let me tell you.
Do you remember Stacey Dash?
I'm saying without the makeup though.
Yeah, all of them I'm naming all that. Holly Berry.
Yeah. Okay, but you're naming the top not 2%. I said 98%.
Well, today's time, if we being real, to me, Sexy Red look better without makeup. She looked better.
I love Megan.
Like her natural look. Yeah. Megan always been fine. She getting older now.
I've seen pictures of her without makeup, and I'm like, okay.
Megan is the exception. But you got to think about this though. Only thing that makeup shit is like, it's all about how you do it though. I don't knock women that wear makeup. Mm-hmm. It's just the after effect. Like, damn, bitch, I got to put all these towels over my motherfucking pillowcases, fucking up my pillows. Man, listen. Man, I'd have some pillowcases fucked up behind that shit. And then you can't even hug. Motherfucker can't even hug a motherfucker no more when you got something fly on nigga whole shoulder. Just like, look like a motherfucker was playing on your shit. So it's some perks to it. But I done seen some women wear makeup that didn't need it. I seen women that wear makeup that need it. But to me, if you need it every day, that's a hard job.
Yeah.
That's a hard job because you got to keep up with that shit.
I mean, a woman's looks, to me, I can't do nothing with that. Like how you look, it so get my dick hard.
But that's it. But you said you did a 2-year binge on the strip club. Half of them women definitely got makeup on.
Yeah, and I don't hit strip clubs like that no more.
So what's your ideal type?
It depends on what I'm looking for.
Damn.
Right.
Oh, so this nigga.
Well, it depends because every woman can't do everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like the nurturing type. That's what I'm currently on the search for. You know what I'm saying? She probably in yoga right now, stretching, drinking her little herbal tea, doing her little journaling focus. I like that. I like nerds. I like the smart ones. You know what I'm saying? They make 6 figures working from home. And I like them.
So look, my final question to you before we get up out of here. Where did the name AD the Kingmaker come from?
I'll be honest.
And what does it mean? What does it mean to you? Somebody's like, what do AD the Kingmaker mean? What would you tell them?
Yeah. So I'm plugged into what I'll refer to as a gentleman's network, right? And so, bro, I'm used to being pampered. If I'm being completely honest with you, I mean, bathed. I mean, they put lotion on me, they dress me, but I'm used to being pampered. So when I come across what I call a rambunctious bitch, I have no use for you. Like, you're not finna talk to me like that. I tell every woman I fuck with, you will speak to me with love, or you will not speak to me at all. Period. Right. And so that's like, I remember when I first got started with the pampering, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, my first thought was, this must be how kings felt. This is what it must have felt like to be a king 300, 400, 500 years ago. I'm not giving this shit up. Right. So that's where the thought initially came from. Okay. But then if you also just look at it practically, they didn't have running water. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have AC. They didn't have a whole lot of things. Everybody today in America, almost maybe not homeless people, lives a better lifestyle than what kings did, right? And kings had multiple women. And they did it out loud. They did it in so I'm all of that. So
AD the Kingmakers do that because when I hear that name, that's somebody who make kings.
Yep. And so that's where the coaching and the mentoring come in. Like if you're a happy wife, happy life ass nigga, you are miserable. You need some coaching, right? If you're a 6, 7, 8 figure bachelor and you're tired of getting taken advantage of, my nigga, you need some coaching. Let me help you become a king. Let me help you do what it is that you want to do and live the life you want to live.
So if people was trying to get in contact with you to do your course and tap in with you, what would you tell them? How would you contact you? How would
you got to go to my website, makemeking.net. All of my coaching, all of my resources, everything is there. You got to tap in with me there.
So Make Me King is spelled out directly like that.
Makemeking.net.
.net.
Yep.
That's dope, dog. Hey, you're a funny guy, dog. But you know who you is. It was definitely a pleasure chopping up with you, man. I am very interested to see what my audience.
We got to do a part 2. They're gonna want to bring me back. And here's the other thing.
You definitely.
Let me tell you, I love women. I love myself. And because black women are my reflection, I love black women. So you got to
don't walk it back now.
No.
Don't walk that shit back.
I'm not walking nothing back. I mean every fucking thing you heard me say.
I'm just talking.
And at the same time, I'm hard and I'm critical on these bitches because I want to see them do better.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I heard
she knew better. She can do better. In order to move up, she got to choose up. Huh?
There you go. I heard a stat that says 75% of black women will not be married in their lifetime. I hate that shit. Damn. So how do we? And I'm not even a proponent of marriage. That's like 75% of bitches, y'all not gonna be wanted by nobody, right? So how do I fix that? I hope the men get better and now the women have better options, or you can come choose over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to compete with Hugh Hefner though. So the world ain't never seen what I'm about to do, bro. Because Hugh Hefner had bitches on drugs, and he was doing all kind of stuff. I'm not using force.
Right.
Everything is going to be by choice. Absolutely. I run it like a sports team around here. Okay.
AD the Kingmaker, too real. Really appreciate speaking, man. I definitely appreciate you. This gonna be a good one, boss. We gonna believe that. We got